Hey y'all, flashback day. Be warned, if you saw my first video on why people were leaving Charlottesville, well, surprise, that trend hasn't exactly stopped. In fact, in 2025, I've seen more families, retirees, and even first-time homebuyers rethinking their decision to be here. And before you panic, I'm not saying Charlottesville is a bad place. I grew up here. I've raised my family here. I live here. I love this town. I'm probably one of Charlottesville's #1 fans, but I'm also not going to sugarcoat it. It's not going to be the right fit for everyone. And who wants to get hit with that costly mistake? So today, I am breaking down why people are still packing up and leaving Charlottesville this year. And if you're thinking about moving here or away, you're probably going to want to stick around and hear this. Also, stick around. I've got something to show you with my free relocation guide. So anyways, let's dive in. So remember when I said Charlottesville was getting expensive? Yeah, well, that trend didn't stop. People thought prices would cool down, but in 2025, not really. Interest rates have stayed high, and guess what? Our home prices didn't stop like people hoped and predicted they would. Another reason you need to work with somebody who's in the local market that knows what is going on. We're still seeing starter homes in the mid to upper $400,000 range. And don't even get me started. Yes, property taxes have gone up as well also. Charlottesville used to be the affordable answer to the Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia area. Not anymore. Even areas that were budget friendly a couple of years ago, places like, Lake Monticello or Greene County, even those are seeing price jumps. And it's not just home prices. Groceries, gas, services, even your dog's vet visits are coming in a little bit higher. And guess what? It all adds up. One of my clients actually told me she thought she was moving to a small town and that would mean small town lower prices. I had to gently break the news. We're not in Mayberry anymore. And well, that sweet, small, low cost. I don't know that I would have ever said Charlottesville was low cost because it's always run above the national average. But yes, we're not in Mayberry anymore. If you're thinking about buying, but you're feeling overwhelmed by the market, text, call, email me. I'm happy to chat with you. We can walk through what's actually realistic with your budget. So next up, why are people leaving Charlottesville? Well, again, now don't get me wrong. The job market. Yes, it is great if you love UVA or if you're in one of our, say, cornerstone employment sectors. We have a thriving and very diverse support of employment, but really we also have a low unemployment. And let's be honest, if you're not in education, healthcare, defense contracting, or say tech, those sectors are what make the Charlottesville economy. Job opportunities can get a little thin and just not pay a large enough salary. That is a big reason that some folks are leaving. I had a couple who actually moved down here during COVID, both remote workers, and when their companies actually pulled back the remote flexibility, they looked around and realized there were just not that many local opportunities for them here to make the same money for the same positions they had lost. So unfortunately, they moved to Richmond. Hey, but don't worry. Still call me. I can still help you there as well. Don't worry, I got you covered. A lot of folks who came here with remote jobs during COVID are now being called back to the office. Places such as our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, wherever it is. And that's a very, very long commute. I mean, I kid around that Charlottesville is a bedroom community of the Northern Virginia area, but that commute would be ridiculous. Although there are some people who do it, but you would either have to make that commute or it's a big decision because you're going to need to think about moving. So yeah, people are leaving for better job markets. It's not personal. It's just going to come down to the math. But even if you're relocating for work or wondering about what is nearby, email me. Even if Charlottesville isn't the right fit, I can help you compare spots like Waynesboro, Stanton, Lexington, or Louisa, Richmond, and beyond. Again, Virginia is quite diverse, and if it's not in my area of expertise, I am more than happy to connect you with someone who is. I work with professionals all over the state who their backyard is their expertise. So not necessarily me, but I'm happy to make the introduction. Coming up, I want to share with you where people are actually moving to instead. You actually might be surprised with some of the places I mentioned. So number 3 on the list of why people are really moving away that I am hearing and seeing is so much growth with so few roads. And this one actually gets people really fired up. We've got new neighborhoods popping up everywhere. Crozet, out near Lake Monticello, southern Albemarle, and yet we are still driving on the same old roads. If you have driven 29 North lately, bless you. It is where I actually live and where my office is located, and I can tell you it can be special. Anyways, Charlottesville is growing like crazy, but our roads, not so much. We've got new construction in Crozet, Glenmore, Pantops, and beyond, but the infrastructure just has not caught up. It's turning into a town where everything's 10 miles away, but can take 30 minutes to get there. I actually had a client joking around with me and say, I moved here because I was trying to get away from the Beltway. Why am I still in traffic? I feel you. Seriously, I do. But if you're worried about commute times, I want you to reach out. I'll tell you the honest truth about how long it really takes to get from point A to point B and what areas might work better if you're coming here from the big city. The traffic here will not shock you. I'm letting you know that for sure. But if you've been here or if you haven't been into the Charlottesville area since, say, the 90s, you're probably going to be yelling at your GPS, and honestly, rightly so. Funny story, I actually once tried to go from Pantops just over to Barracks Road during rush hour. And I swear to you, I actually aged 3 years in the process. It was not a good day. I was pretty much done. I don't know if I was hangry. I don't know what it was, but I swear to you, I really do think I aged 3 years going that few miles. So just wanting to make sure you are in the loop. Next up, number 4, schools. A mixed bag still. This is a biggie for families. Some schools here are amazing. Most the schools here are amazing. But if you're not familiar and you're not sure what it is or where you are, other schools not so much. And what throws people off is that even within the same zip code, you can see a major difference in the schools. I've had folks move here thinking they'd be zoned for one school and end up in a totally different one. So, pro tip, do not start getting your heart set without verifying the school zone first. You need to call or text me. I will help you check it. And especially right now, because we have several new schools coming online. So there's going to be a shift in which schools go to where. And private schools, well, they're great still, but now we're seeing many are full and they're accumulating long waiting lists. So that's a newer trend that I've actually seen in the past, I would say 18 months to 2 years. So again, we need to make sure we're coming into this. This is one of the reasons I love to chat with y'all beforehand, because again, it's not about getting you here and getting you sold and getting you relocated. Quite honestly, it's not going to be the right fit. And we need to make sure that we're finding the right place for you, for your family, for those you're moving with, and for whoever it is that you're going to be coming to Charlottesville with. We need to find the right place all the way around. Number 5 on the list, well, this one can get a little tricky. Number 5, I would say the reason people are leaving Charlottesville is Charlottesville's identity crisis. Charlottesville's charm used to be that it was the sweet spot. Historic, artistic, academic, grounded, but lately it's sort of been in this weird in-between. Some longtime locals are starting to feel really pushed out, and some newcomers feel like they don't belong in certain areas. Now, some of us are just standing around wondering why every third person at the farmer's market is from New Jersey. You know, it is what it is. But coming up, I want you to know where folks are going instead. So stay tuned. All right, so that brings us to number 6. Where are people going then? Honestly, here's where I'm probably seeing the most influx for people either relocating out of Charlottesville, Albemarle, or people coming thinking they want Charlottesville, but they end up buying elsewhere. Honestly, places like Stanton, Waynesboro, Louisa, and even Richmond are becoming real contenders. You can get a lot more house, you can definitely get more land, less traffic, and quieter pace of life. Now, I've helped several clients leave Charlottesville for those exact reasons, and they're happy. One told me that she felt like she could finally breathe again, and I get that. I totally get that. Now, I'm not saying Charlottesville is bad, but it's just not going to be the right fit for everyone. That's why it is so important to talk to someone who actually knows the area. Someone who has grown up here. I know, someone like me. Folks, again, this is why I do the YouTube channel, because I want to make sure you're informed. I just want to make sure you have the information to make your next move and not make it your next regret, quite honestly, is where I'm coming from. So now is a great time I wanted to share with you. I know I've been chatting about it and talking about my relocation guide is finally available for you and for free download. Scan the link, go check it out. It is a free resource that is like having my brain, my knowledge, and all laid out in a convenient little package with a bow on it for you. Now, no worries. When you go there, do know that, you put your name and stuff in, but honestly, I'm not going to spam you. I'm not selling your information. Again, it's not my job to sell you anything. I've put this information together for so long. And now that so many of you have been asking for the same thing, almost like in the creation of this YouTube channel, I was working with clients and they were requesting the same neighborhoods, the same areas. And I was just, filming, sending, deleting. And now with the YouTube channel, I am able to post it all. So the information is there for anyone who needs it. And of course, I'm here for anyone who needs it. But this relocation guide, this website, is really like crawling inside my little brain without all the scary parts. So go check it out, scan the code, go see what you can find. It will be developing because I just launched it. So I would love to hear your feedback. If there's something on there that you hate, or if there's something on there that's missing, please leave me a comment below. I've honestly just been working on this, trying to make sure that everything is covered. So I have everything on there, from if you're selling your home here in Charlottesville, if you want to buy, relocate, retire, and I even have information about financing. I do not do financing. That is not my lane, and I stay out of that. But I work with some phenomenal people who have helped me personally, who have helped clients time and time again, and I even have their information on there as well. All right. Let's wrap this up. All right, we are going to be wrapping it up here because I'm trying to make this fast, easy, nitty-gritty just for you to update why people are leaving Charlottesville. And the last one I'm going to put on here is actually the healthcare is great, but I'm hearing more complaints just about getting into those appointments. UVA Medical Center is top tier. Centera is fine, but try getting a specialist appointment in under 3 months. Go on, I'll wait. I'll probably be waiting with you for about 3 months. I actually have it in my, and again, I'm here locally, but I have it in my calendar for my, and I'm sure this is TMI, but whatever. I have to do my colonoscopy next year. And I know my doctor books 4 to 6 months out. So I have it in my calendar to set the appointment 4 to 6 months back from where I want the appointment at. So it's very true. But again, you know what? If I get the best of the best, I'm willing to have and wait for that time. If you're retiring here, you need to plan ahead, because elder care and mental health services are really stretched thin right now. Those are both areas that in general across the country, I know we are lacking in providers. So here is no different than that. But again, some areas nearby, like, Lynchburg or even Richmond, are picking up the slack. So why are people leaving Charlottesville? Should you leave Charlottesville? Well, Charlottesville to me is still special, but it's changing. I know everywhere is changing and every place grows and every place has its ups and its downs. And again, that's why I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. I'm not the Chamber of Commerce, and I was not born to be subtle. So if that's what you're looking for, yeah, you're probably already turned off or tuned off or whatever. But it's not a one-size-fits-all situation anymore. So whether you're considering a move here, or you're already here and wondering if it is a good time to go, let's chat. No pressure, just facts, opinions will probably free flow, because again, I'm trying to give you my expertise advice, my honest advice, my honest feedback, and it's always a good conversation. So call me, text me, email me. I don't do rentals, but if you're looking into buying, selling, relocating, or retiring, I have got your back. And don't forget that free relocation guide I mentioned. It's right on your screen. Scan the code, download it, and you'll thank me later. No strings attached, I promise. Your Charlottesville journey starts here. Let's chat, and I will see you in the next video. Oh Lord, there goes my dog barking. I better go see what she's into. Bye.